And a very pleasant good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the latest edition of Brevard College Tornadoes football. We're here on the campus of Brevard College at Lamel Family Field in the mountains of western North Carolina. A beautiful Saturday afternoon here in the mountains as the Tornadoes host LaGrange College for a USA South Conference matchup. Currently 67 degrees, clear skies, just a beautiful football Saturday in October here on the campus of Brevard College. Well, Tornadoes 2-1 in the USA South Conference, 2-4 overall, and looking to bounce back in this home contest versus LaGrange. LaGrange 1-4 overall on the season, still looking for their first USA South Conference win, 0-3 in league play. Tornadoes coming off their most difficult opponent of the season, playing a ranked Huntington team last weekend, and 38-14 was the result. Huntington defeating the Tornadoes in that one. Huntington ranked number 23 in the nation. And Tornadoes looking to get back on their winning ways here. Still plenty of goals ahead of them, including the opportunity to have the best winning percentage in league play in school history. And should be a good one here. 3 p.m. start. LaGrange made the trip from LaGrange, Georgia this morning. So thus the 3 p.m. kickoff time, and we're counting down towards that as we speak. But let's take a look first at the starting lineups for today. First for the Tornadoes, Dalton Cole, the senior, will get the start at quarterback. Mitchell Yoder, starting running back. Chancellor Lee Parker starts in the backfield as well at that halfback position. Cooper Hogan, starting wide receiver, along with Zachary Orr. Jaden O'Leary, he's had a big season at that tight end position. He'll start there, the senior. Andrew Bullard gets the start at right tackle. Right guard is Brody Lindsay, the freshman. Josh Blackstock gets the start at center. Justin Parker, the graduate student, at left guard. Left tackle is Brandon Unix. Now let's take a look at the Brevard College Tornado defense. Up front, Trey Williams, Ernest Smith II, and Wyatt Langford. Linebackers, Jerome Bass, R.J. Everett, Toby Naylor, and Reese Rubio. And in that defensive backfield, James Woods, who had just a spectacular play in that win versus Methodist. Dylan James, KJ Dagout, and also Cam Moore. Jock Pledger, one of the more decorated players in Tornado football history, out with injury. He recently had finger surgery, and he's returning from that. Meanwhile, let's take a look at LaGrange's starting lineups. Rashad Brockington gets the start at quarterback. Carter, the running back. Flint, Anderson, and Williams at wide receiver. And keep an eye out for number 85, DeQuiz Fryer, the tight end. All-American. So we have an All-American on the field here, the junior tight end Fryer, and that's going to be a big focus today of that Tornado defense. Offensive line for LaGrange, Green, Harrell, Lee, Spivey, and Neighbors. And let's look at the LaGrange defense up front. Griffiths, Ware, Hill, and Smith. Weak side linebackers, Tony Hart. Middle linebacker, Tutson. And the Sam linebacker on the strong side is Aaron Belt. Defensive backfield, the cornerback, Caesar and Faust. And the safeties, Pope and Screen. So we're counting down to the kickoff of LaGrange and Brevard College on a gorgeous Saturday afternoon in the mountains of western North Carolina. So let's take a look at the entire Brevard College Tornado offense, defense, and special teams.
Luis Alvarez, Guadalupe, Arizona.
Dalton Cole, Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Jaden O'Leary, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Jordan Wilkinson, Washington Works, Georgia. Jonathan Woods, Huntsville, Alabama.
Cooper Hogan, New London, North Carolina.
Andrew Tarleton, Denver, North Carolina.
Zach Orr, Charleston, South Carolina.
Marcus Lane, Sumter, South Carolina.
Deshaun Curtis, Fayetteville, North Carolina.
Jeremy Rudolph, Orlando, Florida.
Jonathan Petrie, Orlando, Florida.
Zion Cower, Grovetown, Georgia.
Devin Tanner, Meriden, Connecticut.
Reginald Taylor II, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Adam Douglas, Greensboro, North Carolina.
Jordan Rao, Charlotte, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Antonio Damos, Tarpon Springs, Florida.
Cedric Brooks, Portland, Oregon.
Jacob Reed, Wilmington, North Carolina.
Eli Carr, Asheville, North Carolina.
Miles Hayes, Northport, Florida.
Thomas Kramer, Clearwater, Florida.
DJ Taylor, Lawrenceville, Georgia. Go NATO.
Mitchell Yoder, Columbus, North Carolina.
Matthew Vu, Collins Springs, North Carolina.
Dustin Stevens, Cullowhee, North Carolina.
Chance Lee Parker, Atlanta, Georgia.
Alan Wolfong, Newton, North Carolina. Freddie Aiken III, Hardyville, South Carolina.
Devontae Murray, Murphy, North Carolina.
Josh Blackstock, Dublin, Georgia.
Todd Norman, Mooresville, North Carolina.
Andrew Bullard, Charleston, South Carolina.
Dakota Grimsley, Trinity, North Carolina. Hayden Schnell, Oakville, Georgia. Justin Parker, Inca, North Carolina.
Brandon Unex, Forest City, North Carolina.
Hank Tart, Camden, South Carolina. Brody Lindsay, Hendersonville, North Carolina.
Roderick Rucker, Hartwell, Georgia.
Jared Smith, Asheville, North Carolina.
Daryl Smith, Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Brad Marsh, Huntsville, Alabama. Go Natives.
Jamie Tinsley, High Point, North Carolina.
Sims Watley, Anderson, South Carolina.
Ryland Cheney, Owensboro, Kentucky.
Dominic O'Brien, Huntersville, North Carolina.
Wyatt Lakeford, Shelby, North Carolina.
Luke Dodson, Brevard, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Steve Victoriano, Roxborough, North Carolina.
Josh Whetstone, Kernersville, North Carolina.
Andrew Bishop, Hickory, North Carolina.
Logan Jones, Grover, North Carolina.
Trey Williams, Gwinnett County, Georgia.
Moses Perkins, Jacksonville, Florida.
Obadiah Grimes, Lawrenceville, Georgia.
Joshua Garner, Dewber, North Carolina.
Jeff Manning, Inverness, Florida.
Reese Rubio, Beaumont, Texas.
Noah Allen, Trinity, North Carolina.
Bailey Ramey, Yakinville, North Carolina.
Toby Naylor, Southampton, England. NATO Nation, let's ride.
Eli Everhart, Thomasville, North Carolina.
Brooks Ashford, Orangeburg, South Carolina.
James Woods, Lincoln, North Carolina.
Ben Ellis, Mooresville, North Carolina.
Nicholas Clark, Asheboro, North Carolina.
Bryce Easter, Grand, North Carolina.
Jake Haig, Orlando, Florida.
RJ Everett, Johns Creek, Georgia.
Quincy Okoga Jr., Macon, Georgia.
Ashton Crooks, Mooresville, North Carolina.
Colby Yancey, Monroe, Georgia.
Jamil George, Dallas, Georgia. Quintrell Bowman, Rothborough, North Carolina. Go Natos. Kentrell Holloway, Roxborough, North Carolina.
Tyler Harrison, Franklin, North Carolina.
Cameron Moore, Miami, Florida.
Jock Pledger, Monroe, Georgia. Go Tornadoes.
Taylor Willis, Northport, Florida.
Brady Penn, Loganville, Georgia. Let's go NATOs.
AJ Richardson, Fayetteville, Georgia.
Dylan James, a.k.a. Champ, Gainesville, Florida. Go Natos.
Montrose Stinson, Maine, North Carolina.
Zion Barlow, Houston, Georgia.
Jerome Bass, Spring, North Carolina.
Wilson Lamont Jr., Jacksonville, Florida.
Emmanuel White, Deltona, Florida.
Willie Manuel, Mobile, Alabama.
Terrion Burgess, Sumter, South Carolina.
Ernest Smith, Barnwell, South Carolina. Let's go Tornadoes.
Joe Powell, Brevard, North Carolina. Go Tornadoes.
Nick Akers, Rock Hill, South Carolina. Go Natives.
Slanty Domilos, Tarpon Springs, Florida. Go Natos. Natos country, let's ride.
Back here at Lamel Family Field as we count down to Brevard and LaGrange. Tornadoes hungry to get back to their winning ways after a 38-14 loss to Huntington. Home stretch of the season here. Today's game versus LaGrange, and then next week at Maryville for a 2 p.m. kickoff. versus Bellhaven on November the 5th. That's Senior Day. Make sure you come on out, get here early as we honor the senior classes. And then at Southern Virginia on November the 12th. So LaGrange and Brevard gearing up for a good one here in USA South Conference action. It's the crucial catch game as the football community and the American Cancer Society team up to fight cancer and save lives. Crucial Catch is a tremendous organization who's helped millions. Go to the American Cancer Society's official website at www.cancer.org to donate and help in this fight against cancer. It's also Youth Day. We have several youth organizations here. Guests from the Cindy Platt Boys and Girls Club of Transylvania County, the Transylvania Youth Soccer Association represented this afternoon as well, along with the Transylvania County Parks and Recreation organization. Really appreciate their support in youth athletics. Now, several concessions offerings. If you haven't made your way to Brevard College Isla Family Field yet, it's the only place in Transylvania County on a Saturday afternoon that you can find a Chick-fil-A sandwich. Not too late to get on down here. Grab one of those Chick-fil-A sandwiches and enjoy that. Delicious Jets pizza as well. And all part of the new expanded Isla Family Field. New public restrooms, new concession stand, grandstands, new press box. Just tremendous job here at Isla Family Field. So stick with us. LaGrange and Tornadoes coming up soon. Back here at Isla Family Field as we're counting down towards LaGrange and Brevard USA South Conference action. And really glad you're able to join us for this one as the Tornadoes and Panthers are going to square off. Well, I want to thank all of our sponsors of Brevard College Tornado Athletics: Arby's, BSN Sports, eGolf, Ford of Brevard, Hampton Inn, Ingles, Jets Pizza, Party, Sports Medicine, Pepsi, Sully Steamers, Triangle Stop, and Young Transportation. Special recognition towards Party Sports Medicine and Southeastern Sports Medicine, official healthcare provider of the Brevard College Tornadoes. In addition to the outstanding quality of care provided by the orthopedic doctors, Party also offers care in the areas of oncology, cardiovascular, primary care, several subspecialties. Party Sports Medicine, proud partners with Brevard College Athletics. And folks, if you're planning your next trip to Brevard College to either support the Tornadoes, explore Pisgah National Forest, striking distance to Asheville, all sorts of offerings up here in the mountains of western North Carolina, be sure to consider our friends at Hampton Inn Brevard, official hotel of the Tornadoes, located just minutes from Brevard College. Also, just in the backyard of that entrance to Pisgah National Forest. Quick bites, shopping steps away. Free hot breakfast to get you all fueled up for a day exploring places like Sliding Rock, Slick Rock Falls, and DuPont State Forest, along with the Pisgah National Forest, all within striking distance of Hampton Inn Brevard. Go to www.hilton.com and search for Hampton Inn Brevard. So stick with us. Tornadoes and Panthers coming up shortly. Back here at Islamel Family Field. And here come the Tornadoes.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your Brevard College Tornadoes!
Exciting to have the Nados back on campus after road trip. Tail end of fall break for the student body. Students starting to arrive back at Brevard College after taking the break off. Fall sports have been in full swing. And nice crowd today on just a picture-perfect Chamber of Commerce type day here at Brevard College. Temperatures in the upper 60s. It was freezing overnight, but it's warmed up quite nicely. And a beautiful sunny day here at Brevard College. So we'll get set to get things started here.
College Athletic Department respectfully asks you please stand for today's invocation, which will be followed by our national anthem.
Great job there by Grace Vaught on the national anthem. And just moments away from the Tornadoes and the Panthers. Captains for the coin toss. Jerome Bass representing Brandon Uninkst, Toby Naylor, Justin Parker on the Tornado side of things. And Brevard wins the toss and has elected to receive. So the Tornadoes have elected to start with the football to start this first half. And should be Dalton Cole at quarterback for the NATOs. Cooper Hogan will be back deep for the NATOs. Also DJ Taylor. Alex Rivera, the kicker for LaGrange. And we're just moments away from getting this one going. 3 o'clock Eastern time. And we are underway as from the goal line, Cooper Hogan with the return. Hogan showing some of that speed. He has a couple blockers ahead of him and some good starting field position for the Tornadoes up to the 37-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for the NATOs. Hogan showing some of that speed. And Dalton Cole, the senior, will get the start at quarterback. Josh Blackstock, the starting center. Under center, Cole, handoff. And Freddie Aiken the third with the first touch of the game for the Tornado offense. A short gain there. We'll call it 2 yards, so 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 for Dalton Cole and the NATOs. In motion there for the Tornadoes, Jordy Wilkinson. And Jaden O'Leary with a catch there. That'll bring up 3rd and medium. So 3rd and 5 for the Tornadoes. So 1 rush, 1 pass thus far. $13.50 to play here. Just getting started after a big punt return by Cooper Hogan. Put the Tornadoes in decent field position, but facing a 3rd down here. Draw play, and LaGrange was all over that. Johnson, the middle linebacker of the Panthers, for a tackle for loss. And that'll back it up to the original line of scrimmage, 4th and 10 from the 37. So early punt situation, 3 and out for the Tornadoes. What a play by Johnson. Joe Powell with the punt. And a good one from Powell. And well defended by the Tornadoes. Williams on the return. Good looking punt there from Joe Powell. Last time the Tornadoes were here, that game versus Methodist, Powell was sensational on the punting side of things. And a good start there as well. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 20. So the Powell punt significant in terms of starting field position for the Panthers. A 46-yard boomer from Powell. Lindsey back to pass for LaGrange. And Scott with the catch. And so it'll be 2nd and 8 after the tackle there for the Tornadoes by James Woods. 2nd and 8 from the 22. Just getting started. First possession for the Panthers. And that's going to be a first down. Pitch and catch there as Flint with the catch. Harrison and George pushed him out. Shedrick Lindsay, the senior, getting the start. LaGrange on their projected 2 deep had 3 quarterbacks listed, and Lindsay was actually the 3rd of the 3, but he gets the start here. 12 minutes to play here. And another completion, so Lindsay 2 for 2 early on, and that's the player you're going to want to keep an eye on all game long. Freeze with the catch, a Division III All-American performer, and early catch there. So 2nd and 2 from the 41. Lindsay back to pass. Able to find an open receiver. That's Flint once again. Flint breaks a tackle and all the way to the 44-yard line of the Tornadoes. That's the first down once again, 2nd first down of the game. Shedrick Lindsay now 3 for 3 to start this game. And hurry-up offense here. LaGrange enjoys playing with tempo. And now Lindsay using his legs and a decent gain there. So Shedrick Lindsay so far making an early impact. The senior quarterback out of Griffin, Georgia, Spalding High School. And Lindsay only gained 3 there on the scramble, but a significant gain there with the running game.
Number 5, Christian Wayman on the carry. Brought down by number 4, Toby Naylor.
Rush there from Christian Wayman, wearing number 5 for LaGrange. And now the first 3rd down situation for LaGrange. So Lindsay, although being listed as 3rd on the depth chart, has played the most games of any LaGrange quarterback with 5 games played, and flags are down. Lindsay's played 5 games, Brockington 4. Will Dean, a freshman, is also part of that depth chart. And it's going to be a false start, so that'll back up LaGrange 5 yards. So it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Panthers. Visiting from the eastern part of Georgia. Check that, the western part of Georgia near Auburn, Alabama. Now, meanwhile, on the rush there and out of bounds on the scramble, Lindsay's going to do it himself with his feet. Another first down for LaGrange, their 3rd of the drive. And Lindsay, very nicely done there. 13-yard rush. This will be the 8th play of the drive for the Panthers. 9:26 to play, quarter number 1. Shotgun snap, play action. Lindsay scrambles to his right. Naylor is pressuring him in a quarterback hurry from Toby Naylor. There's a LaGrange player injured on the play. And some heavy pressure there from Toby Naylor of the Tornadoes. Toby Naylor making things difficult there on Lindsay, who is forced to just throw it out of bounds. First incompletion for Lindsay in this contest. Meanwhile, continuing to attend to the injured Panther. Zach Neighbor, the injured player for the Panthers. So he's helped off. And meanwhile, Lamal Aslan checks in that left tackle position. Meanwhile, it'll be 2nd and 10 after the incomplete pass from Lindsey. Shotgun snap to Lindsey. Lindsey drops back and able to hit an open receiver, gang tackled by the Tornadoes right around the sticks. Looks like he might be a couple feet short, rather. And indeed, it's going to be 3rd and short from the 19-yard line. So big opportunity here for the Tornadoes to get a stop after currently a 9-play drive. This will be play number 10 of the drive. It's chewed some clock as well. Now 8:35 to play here, quarter number 1. Rush here, and he's going to earn the first down. Good gainer there of about 3 yards as Wayman with the carry. And another first down for LaGrange. That's their 4th first down on this drive. Now 10 plays. Began all the way back on their own 20. So this has been a successful drive for LaGrange, led by the quarterback, Lindsey. Play action pass there and dump off to the tight end. That's Freeze. And right around the sticks, it's going to be another first down. And that'll be 1st and goal. So 1st and goal for LaGrange, who's continued to move the ball successfully. Now at the 5-yard line, Freeze spreading out to the right. Lindsey in the shotgun position, and 0 on the play clock, and there's the whistle, so it's going to be a delay of game penalty on the Panthers. But the Panthers did actually get a timeout just before the delay of game. That was razor close. But the ruling is the LaGrange coach was able to get that timeout just before that clock hit 0. So an opportunity for the Tornadoes to get organized defensively and for LaGrange to draw up a play offensively. This current drive, 11 plays, 75 yards. It's chewed up already 5.5 minutes. LaGrange has been very effective on this drive. 5 first downs. Averaging over 7 yards per play. And has methodically worked its way down the field now to a 1st and goal situation from the 5. Lindsey in the shotgun position. Pass to the end zone. Broken up nicely there by James Woods. Trying to use that All-American tight end, Freeze, and Woods able to get a hand on it for the pass breakup. What a story James Woods has been this year. If you remember back in that Methodist game, a lights-out performance, including a stop on a 2-point conversion. to seal the win. And big-time play there against a bigger player in Freeze, but Woods able to get his hand up there. 2nd and goal from the 5. Scramble to his left, Lindsey. And that's going to be incomplete, in and out of the hands of Williams. One of those plays that the throw was very low. Williams got down about as low as he can and couldn't come up with the play. Tough to blame that on the receiver as a drop when the throw is that off the mark. Meanwhile, 3rd and goal from the 5 after 2 consecutive incompletions. Rush here right up the middle. The Tornadoes are there defensively. Big time stop in that interior part of the defense. Toby Naylor, Wyatt Langford, several other Tornadoes. Wayman with the rush. And that's a big time stop. LaGrange had 1st and 5, 1st and goal from the 5. That's a loss of 2. And a field goal kicker coming now. And the kick is up and good by Rivera. 24-yard field goal by Rivera. And the Panthers strike first, but that's a big-time stop for the Tornadoes after LaGrange had driven all the way down the field and had 1st and goal from the 5. 2 consecutive incompletions, a great pass breakup by Woods, and then the big stop. Grimes, Naylor, Langford, all getting in on the action there. A 15-play, 73-yard drive. Chewed up over 6 minutes. But LaGrange comes away with a field goal. So kickoff here for LaGrange after the opening field goal. Hogan had a nice return to start this game, and he's going to have another opportunity here. Hogan along the far sideline, and Hogan once again with a considerable return. Cooper Hogan, ladies and gentlemen. Hogan, the sophomore from New London, North Carolina, North Stanley High School. And making his presence known. Getting the start at wide receiver today as well. Cooper Hogan, leading kickoff returner for the Tornadoes. Entering today, he'd averaged over 28 yards per return along a 45, and he's had a couple dandies today, including a 32-yarder there. Meanwhile, rush here to the left side, using that left part of the line. Devontae Murray with the rush. The veteran left side of that line, Parker and Unanks paving the way. 6:08 to play here, quarter number 1. Short gain, just 1 yard. But you could see a push there from the offensive line. Tornadoes in their blue jerseys, silver pants, silver helmets. LaGrange in the white uniforms with the red numerals, black helmets. Cole, play action pass, and under heavy pressure, and he gets rid of it. There was an intended receiver, so no grounding on the play. Intended for Yoder, looked like he was in the vicinity. But intended there for Jordy Wilkinson. So 3rd and 9 So another 3rd and long situation for the Tornadoes. 0 for 1 so far in these situations. Shotgun snap to Cole. Cole, under some pressure, is going to take it himself. Cole on the move. Cole scrambling and able to bulldoze his way. A big-time gain there. Dalton Cole, ladies and gentlemen. Now, Cole, what a career. Started as a quarterback. All sorts of accolades. Eventually, tight end, wide receiver, and really gained a lot of additional offensive skills in these recent years that he can now bring back to the quarterback position. And you could see it there with that scramble. Big-time scramble, then putting down his shoulder and just bulldozing over a couple of defenders. First down of the game for the Tornadoes. Now, Cole starts left, scrambles right, and able to make something out of nothing. Gain of 7, so 2nd and 3 now. That big rush for Cole, a 29-yard gainer. So now 2nd and 3, 4:25 and counting. Cole in the shotgun. And pass is complete there. Nicely done there. Luis Alvarez. So another first down for the Tornadoes. This time Cole using his arm, able to find the open receiver in the form of Alvarez, the junior from Guadalupe, Arizona.
That's a Brevard College first down.
So Tornadoes now on the move. 3:40 to play here, quarter number 1. Cole now under center. Handoff here. And nice gain there from Dustin Stevens. So we've seen a variety of ball carriers for the Tornadoes so far. And that time Stevens able to get a bit of a gainer. 4th different rusher for the Tornadoes. That includes Cole, the quarterback. 2nd and 3 from the 18. 7-yard rush there for Dustin Stevens. Just over 3 minutes to play. Cole scrambles to his left. He has an open receiver in the end zone, and a spectacular catch and a touchdown there. Deshaun Curtis, ladies and gentlemen, an acrobatic catch. Right hand, then left hand, and then bringing it in. Deshaun Curtis, as Dalton Cole was able to find him. Really nicely done. Cole rolling out to his left, finding the open receiver, and leading Curtis just perfectly there. The junior from Fayetteville, North Carolina, Deshaun Curtis, ladies and gentlemen. And that gives the Tornadoes the lead, and now the extra point here for Stamati Damalos. Kick is up, and it is good. So Tornadoes take a 7-3 lead on the 18-yard touchdown pass from Dalton Cole to Deshaun Curtis. A 7-play, 66-yard drive. 3:28, the time of the drive. And a big-time drive there for the Tornadoes. Great answer after LaGrange took the early 3-0 lead. Cole, 3 for 4 on the drive. Check that, Cole was actually 3 for 3 on the drive. And also had that big rush for 29 yards. The touchdown to Curtis. And just like that, the Tornadoes up ahead, but now the LaGrange Panthers will get the ball again after a very successful drive of their own to start this game that was ultimately stopped by the Tornado defense. And they're going to have good field position after a penalty there. Kickoff out of bounds. So the ball will be placed at the 35-yard line if the penalty on the kickoff out of bounds. Tornadoes looking to bounce back after difficult trip to Montgomery, Alabama, 38-14 win for Huntington, the number 23 ranked team in the nation. Meanwhile, Lindsey at quarterback for the Tornadoes. Rush here, and that's going to be another first down. Jaden Cooper, the ball carrier. Cooper, sophomore. And good-looking rush there for Cooper. Already the 6th first down for LaGrange, and this just their second offensive possession. Quick throw here to Flint. And Flint's able to break a tackle and ultimately brought down by Woods. Harrison there as well. Tyler Harrison. Now 2nd and 8. Rush here up the middle. Pretty big collision there in the middle of all that. And meanwhile, just short of the marker. So this should be 3rd and 1. After the tackle by Rubio, Lindsey and the Panthers looking to work quickly here. Tornadoes showing some pressure at the line of scrimmage. Now pass here to the right side in the flat and able to break a tackle and then ultimately brought down there. Flint once again. Flint has been active for LaGrange. And that's another first down. Lindsey off to an 8 of 11 start here. And that was Flint's 5th catch already. Heavy pressure there. Lindsey has no choice to throw it away. Koger and Everett making things very difficult on Lindsey. We saw some pressure earlier also from Naylor on a quarterback hurry. Lindsey, really nice job getting that ball off and out of bounds, preventing a big sack there. 2nd and 10 from the 35. 2 wide receivers spread out to the left, 1 to the right. Rush here up the middle. It's Cooper. And gain there of about 8 yards. Easter with the tackle. Good to see Bryce Easter back on the field after being out for an injury when we saw the Tornadoes last here in that win over Methodist. Under a minute to play here, quarter number 1, and it's 3rd and a long 1. And back to pass here is Lindsey, and able to drop that just a little too deep for Flint. Flint, the intended receiver yet again. Now going for it on 4th and short. 4th in a long 1, a short 2, whatever you want to call it. We'll call it 4th and 1.5. Lindsey. Looks like he might be audibling there. And drops back. A flag is down. He's able to find an open receiver. And Tornadoes eventually close to the goal line. Finally bring him down. That was Williams, but there is a flag on the play. Let's see what this is all about. 4th down play, able to find Williams Williams able to break a couple tackles, bring it all the way onto the 1. Cole, pass there, and Hogan tackled by Johnson. Our apologies for a quick little technical difficulty there. Thank you for hanging with us. You didn't miss much. And that was at the end of the first quarter as Yoder was stopped for a no gain. So 3rd and 7 for Cole and the Tornado offense. O'Leary in motion. Cole back to pass. And was looking for O'Leary. That's going to be an interception for LaGrange. And on the move there, Renardo Faust with the interception. And that was overthrown into traffic. Intended for Jaden O'Leary, the tight end. And first turnover for either team, and LaGrange is going to have excellent field position after Faust, Renardo Faust, freshman from Athens, Georgia, with the interception. So now the Tornadoes defense being called into action. Meanwhile, rush here and eventually brought down by Jerome Bass. But that's some hard running by Aubrey Carter. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5 from the 34. Rush here right up the middle and moving a pile of Tornado defenders. Carter once again, oh my. One of the linemen in there as well, Quentin Green, the right tackle. And LaGrange with some physicality here. Meanwhile, another rush right up the middle. So 3 straight running plays for LaGrange after they really opened the game throwing the ball quite a bit.
Rush 24, tackle 99. Number 24, Aubrey Carter on the carry.
Carter
Brought down by number 99.
again. So a heavy dose of Carter as of late. That was a gain of 5. A Tornado lost his helmet, Wyatt Langford, so he'll have to step off for a play. And thus the clock stopped. Meanwhile, 2nd and 6. Rush here. And Tornado's snuffing that one out as Carter is stopped. Big time stop there for the Tornadoes. Obi Grimes, big time stop there, right up the middle. 3rd and 8 from the 25. Lindsey back to pass. And big time tackle there, James Woods. James Woods, what an open field defender he is. We've seen him do this time and time again this season. And big time stop there, and decision time for LaGrange once again on 4th down. And looks like they may attempt a field goal here. So the field goal unit out on the field. This will be from 39 yards. Rivera, the kicker, Alex Rivera, from 39 yards out. Kick is up. And it is good. A fastball right up the middle. And actually no good. No good. So initial indication looked like it was good, but no good. So the 39-yard line drive by Rivera just wide left. And the Tornadoes dodge another bullet. LaGrange has had 3 drives now, fairly deep into Tornado territory, and only have 3 points to show for it. Meanwhile, Tornadoes trying to regroup offensively. Last offensive possession ended in a turnover. 1st and 10 from the 22. Dalton Cole in the shotgun position. Dalton Cole is going to keep this one. He's able to break 1 tackle, take on 3 defenders, and rush for a 1st down. Dalton Cole doing it with his legs once again. Dalton Cole, that's his 3rd rush of the game. He's already had a 29-yarder.
That's Brevard College.
And
First down.
1st down rush there for Cole. Really well done. 12-yard rush for Cole. Rush here now. Cole, one-man wrecking crew at the moment. Dragged down after a 1-yard gain, maybe no gain. So we'll call it 2nd and 10. Actually, 2nd and 9, we'll call it, from the 35. Second and 9 from the 35. Second quarter, 9:38 and counting. Cole. And whistles here. It's going to be a dead ball penalty. These pre-snap penalties can be killers, and that's a false start on the Tornadoes. (7-3) Tornadoes on top. 131-79 total yard advantage for LaGrange. LaGrange also with an 8-5 advantage in first downs, but scoreboard shows Tornadoes up 7-3 after LaGrange has not been able to capitalize on a few opportunities in Tornado territory. Meanwhile, Cole back to drop, to pass, and then he takes it himself once again. Cole tried to make it back to the original line of scrimmage and unable to do that. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. So Tornadoes, one of their struggles here has been these 3rd and long situations they've been forced to deal with. 1 of 3 so far today in 3rd down efficiency. 8:40 to play here, quarter number 2 and counting. O'Leary in motion. Cole in the shotgun position. Cole looking downfield, looking for an open receiver. Nice coverage by LaGrange. And then after a deflection, O'Leary comes up with it, then breaks a tackle, and O'Leary all the way down to the 22-yard line. Jaden O'Leary, what a play. That ball looked like it may be intercepted at one point off the hand of the Panther defender. And Jaden O'Leary turns it into a big gainer and a first down for the Tornadoes on 3rd and long. 8 minutes to play here. Big time play there. Heads up play by Leary. What looked like was going to be a disaster turned into gold for the Nados. Meanwhile, timeout on the field. It's a Brevard timeout, and we'll take it with them. 7:48 to play here, 7-3 Nados.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back to action here at Islamel Family Field on the campus of Brevard College. 7-3, Tornadoes on top of the Panthers. Cole, back to pass. Able to find an open receiver momentarily in the flat, and then a flag comes. Faust was there on the coverage. Intended for Deshaun Curtis. And flag there. Looked like pretty good coverage there from Faust, but there's only one opinion that matters. 7:44 to play here, and see what this results in. Tornadoes coming out of the timeout. Cole, quick pass to Curtis in the flat on the slant there, and it's going to be another defensive pass interference. That's the second of the game for LaGrange. So another first down for the Tornadoes, who have moved down the field here. The big play, The catch and run for O'Leary. Cole in the shotgun position here. Chancellor Lee Parker to his right. Cole. Quick pass there to the flat. Cedric Brooks with the catch. Now Brooks, as versatile of a player as you'll see on a roster in the USA South Conference, quarterback, wide receiver, tight end, sort of this H-back look at times today. And Brooks that time with the catch, but it's going to be actually a tackle for loss. So well defended there by the Panthers. 7-10 and counting here, quarter number 2. Tornadoes 7, Panthers 3. Cole. Fumble there on the lateral to Yoder, and that is a costly miscue. The Tornadoes are going to lose a ton of yardage on that one. All the way back to the 28-yard line. So from the 28, it's going to be third in Hendersonville. 6:22 to play. Third and long. Cole back to pass. Cole pressured, and he's going to end up out of bounds. Was looking for O'Leary as Tornadoes will have to line up for a long field goal here. This is going to be from 42 yards for Stamati Damalos. Panthers have done a nice job with their defensive backfield, making things difficult for Cole to find an open wide receiver, and that looked like a coverage situation again there. Meanwhile, 42-yarder here for Stamati. Kick is up. And no good. Wide to the left. So Tornadoes come up empty. That was a 7-play drive, 52 yards, but nothing to show for it after the missed field goal. That fumble was a killer on the muffed lateral Cole to Yoder. That was a loss of 14 yards that put the Tornadoes back on their heels. So now the Tornado defense will have to regroup here. 1st and 10 from the 25. Pass here to the flat. And gain there for LaGrange. Toriano Bias, the wide receiver, listed at number 83, freshman from Pooler, Georgia. Vast majority of the LaGrange roster comes from the state of Georgia. Just over 5 minutes to play here, quarter number 2. And Tornadoes there defensively able to snuff that out. KJ Dagout. Big time play there for Dagout. He's been coming on throughout the season. Wayman with the carry. KJ Dagout. Many exciting young defensive backs on this Tornado roster, and Dagout one of them. Meanwhile, 3rd down here, so a chance for the Tornadoes to perhaps force a 3 and out. Meanwhile, Lindsey able to find the open receiver. That's going to be good for a 1st down. He's brought down by Dagout once again. And catch there by LaGrange's Eric Harris III, sophomore wide receiver. So Panthers showing some depth at the wide receiver position. We've seen several of them. That was the 6th different receiver that Lindsey has found. Meanwhile, Lindsey with a deep shot here. And great job breaking that up by KJ Dagout. Intended for Anderson. And Dagout showing some skills. We have called his name over and over again already in this first half. KJ Dagout. Sophomore from Mount Holly, North Carolina, East Gaston High School, a transfer from Lewisburg. Second and 10 from the 38. Lindsey, shotgun snap, back to pass, rolls out to his left. Pressured there by Ernest Smith II. Lindsey able to scat out of bounds there for a very nominal gain. He was forced out of bounds just past the line of scrimmage, so we'll call it a 1-yard rush, 3rd and 9. So big opportunity here for the Tornadoes to get off the field defensively. Lindsey's 11 of 17 for 81 yards, 3 rushes for 17 yards. Lindsey back to pass. He's got his open number 1 target, Freeze, right in the middle. All-American tight end. And that time, Freeze was able to find an opening. DeQuise Fryer. Injured Tornado on the field. DeQuise Fryer now 3 catches for 43 yards, including that last catch, 24 yards, which was his long so far. And Fryer, the All-American tight end, showing exactly why there. We saw a star player with Methodist a couple weeks ago, and then that was the focus of the Tornadoes, to limit him, a wide receiver return type. And today, Tornadoes contending with a star offensive player once again, DeQuise Fryer. So after the injury timeout, as Luis Alvarez was the Tornado who was shaken up. Check that. Bryce Easter, the injured Tornado on the defensive side, got 2 number 6s on the roster. So meanwhile, another injury, so we'll take a quick timeout with them. Your score, Tornadoes 7, Panthers 3. Injury timeout.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Nice round of applause for Koger, the injured Tornado, the graduate student out of Macon, Georgia, Northside High School. Transferred to Brevard from Iowa Wesleyan. Good to see him walking off on his own power. Meanwhile, 3rd and 8. Key play here on this part of the field. From the 35-yard line, Lindsey. Here's some pressure from Bass. Also there defensively for the Tornadoes, Grimes. An incomplete pass. I'll tell you what, Lindsey knows how to get rid of the football when he's under pressure. He's avoided several sacks by throwing the ball downfield before the Tornado defender got to him. Grimes was on the attack there. So that'll bring up a 4th down, and looks like it's the punting unit for LaGrange. And the punt here from Rivera. And that's going to go through the back of the end zone for a touchback. So once again, the Panthers on the Tornado side of the field come up empty. And LaGrange continues to trail in this ball game 7-3 despite outperforming the Tornadoes statistically. 172 to 124 in total yards, 105 to 68 in passing yards, and 67 to 56 in rushing yards, 10 to 8 in first downs. But the one stat that matters most, the scoreboard, and Brevard with a 7-3 advantage. So Tornadoes offense will get going once again. 1st and 10 from the 20. And rush here and right around the sticks. That's going to be good for a first down. Chancellor Lee Parker with the first down scamper. So a gain there of 11 for Chancellor Lee Parker. Six different Tornadoes have carried the football. Cole, back to pass, able to find an open receiver. That's Deshaun Curtis. He's been a favorite target of Cole's today. Curtis has scored a touchdown. He's also drawn a couple defensive pass interference calls. As you hear the Brevard College drum line celebrate another Brevard College first down. On the pass to Curtis. 1:42 to play here, quarter number 2. Each team with 2 timeouts. Cole, back to pass. Scrambles to his left. And takes on a defender. What a collision there. Hart and Cole. And Cole's going to have to leave the game because his helmet flew off there, but Cole not afraid to take on a LaGrange defender. You could hear that in every part of the stadium here. And now a timeout on the field. So stick with us here. 1:28 to play here, quarter number 2. Back to action here at Eyes Lamel Family Field. After a timeout there to ensure that Dalton Cole remains in the game after his helmet flew off. By rule, he needs to leave the game, but the timeout nullifies that situation. And meanwhile, Cole looking for an open receiver. And he's able to find Cedric Brooks. Really nicely done there. Cole finding Brooks right along the sideline there. The left-hander Cole with some precision. .122 to play here. So clock stopped at 1:22, and the Tornadoes with 4 wide receivers. Cole back to pass. Under some pressure, he's going to take it himself. Bulldozes over 2 LaGrange Panther defenders. And Dalton Cole. Once again, flexing his muscle as a running quarterback. 2nd and 1 after the 9-yard gain. Rush here, Devontae Murray, and tackle there by Screen. Cole now under center. He's going to spike it to stop the clock at 44.3 seconds. Tornadoes down to just 1 timeout. Meanwhile, the Tornadoes field goal unit starting to warm up quickly on the sideline, get ready to go, and they're called into action quickly. Clock stops at 44 seconds. Long snapper Rylan Cheney over there getting warmed up. Meanwhile, Cole back to pass. Coverage effective once again by the Panthers. Then Cole trying to go back across his body, looking for Mitchell Yoder. That's going to be incomplete. 37 seconds now, 3rd and 10. Some new personnel checking in for the Tornadoes. Devontae Murray into the contest. Third and 10 with 37 seconds left to play here in this opening half. Cole back to pass. Lets it loose towards the end zone, looking for Deshaun Curtis. Incomplete. So this will be a long field goal attempt here with 30 seconds left. And looks like a 47-yarder. Career high for Damalos is 48 earlier this season. This one from 47. Stamati Damalos, one of the top kickers in NCAA Division III, from 47 yards. Snap, hold, kick is up. And it's good from 47 yards. So he's got a 48-yarder and a 47-yarder this season. Tornadoes fans celebrate, and the Tornadoes have stretched their lead to 10-3. So nice job there by the Tornadoes offense to capitalize, as Damalos able to cash in on the 47-yard field goal. 10 plays, 50 yards, 1 minute, 51. .24 seconds left to play here, quarter number 2. See what LaGrange tries to do with very little time left on the clock. They do have 2 timeouts. And Tornadoes teeing this up. Nick Akis, who's been called into kickoff duties with the injury to Hugo Taylor. Kick here, fielded at the 12. Return there by Williams. tackle by Luke Dodson. Check that, Chancellor Lee Parker on the tackle. Chancellor Lee Parker with the tackle there. There's two players wearing number 44. Chancellor Lee Parker was playing wearing number 22 for most of the season due to some shifting around in terms of special teams players. Also wearing number 22 is James Woods. And so in order to have Woods and Lee Parker on the field at the same time, they can't be wearing the same number. Meanwhile, there's a loose ball there. And big time play there. Obi Grimes with the forced fumble. But Lindsay able to snap it up. So that'll be the last play of the first half. Tornadoes with a 10-3 advantage, a 18-yard touchdown catch for Deshaun Curtis from Dalton Cole, and then Damalos with a 47-yard field goal with just 24 seconds left on the clock in the first half. Tornadoes able to bend but not break in several situations as LaGrange moved down the field. However, was unable to capitalize beyond a field goal by Rivera from 24 yards back in the first quarter. So we'll head to the second half with your score. Brevard 10, LaGrange 3.
The Brevard College Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program is the most distinctive in the nation. I think one of the reasons why is because it is so focused on experiential education in addition to the outdoor education component. They are developing their leadership skills out in the field with each other.
My internship was on Schooner Lynx. She's a 122-foot topsail schooner. She's a replica of an 1812 privateer. My job on Lynx this summer was a deckhand, and because of the skills that I've learned at Brevard College, such as program planning and lesson planning and different techniques to teaching to different ages and different types of people, I was promoted to the job of educator. This summer, my professor, John Buford, knew that I'd be at sea quite a bit, and he really worked with me. And when I would come into port, I would call him, he would always answer. He was really quick to respond with my emails, and not just to say I got your email, but he would talk about what was going on and ask me questions. And it was really cool to have somebody like that to support me for the summer and really help me succeed.
You should come to Brevard College in the Wilderness Leadership and Experiential Education program because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career. And it'll be a whole lot of fun as you learn those skills.
Anybody who is interested in leadership skills and outdoor skills should definitely think about Brevard. It's an incredible place and a great place to be a part of.
One of the hardest things that every college student experiences when they first come to college is, what am I going to do with my life? What am I going to study? What am I going to be good at? And here at Brevard, you can take a music class, a wilderness education class, environmental science, English, anything. Unique experiential education. You meet with your professors, you meet with students that you actually see every day. You get to excel in the subject that you chose.
Finding a way to mix my passion for mountain biking, art, and career together really happened during my internship.
You should come to Brevard College because you will become a leader, a strong, ethical leader. And that can be applied to any field, anywhere you go, whatever you do in your professional career.
Here's a recipe for success here. It's great.
Before I got to Brevard College, I didn't know what experiential learning even was. We have all the rivers, Pisgah National Forest, DuPont State Forest, just all the resources are around us. So the location is why environmental studies is so great here.
With experiential learning, it's not always field-based. We do quite a few things in the lab as well, so you get opportunities to do hands-on research in the lab. But whenever possible, when you can get outdoors and see what's actually happening, it's different based on the conditions that are outdoors, and you can never predict those. So a day that it's raining and cold, you're going to see different activity levels among the animals and plants than if it's a day that's sunny and warm. The courses that I teach are all based in the outdoors. My specialty is biodiversity, so I teach a course in biodiversity, but I also teach courses that are unique to the area that are called Plants and Animals of the Southern Appalachians. Here at Brevard College, one of the things that we do really well is interact with these students who are undergraduates in a way that prepares them for graduate programs. That's what we can do at Brevard College. We can get these students who are interested in a particular area, help them find a path that is tying together their interest with what our background, the backgrounds of the professors can do, and then position that student in a way that few undergraduates can be positioned to go on to a graduate program or to go directly into the field.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, halftime, Brevard 10, LaGrange 3. Tornadoes with a surge in that second quarter after LaGrange had led statistically through much of the game, but Tornadoes at the half, 174 to 169. And Brevard edging the Panthers 12 to 10 in first downs. Dalton Cole, 8 of 12 with his arm for 91 yards, a touchdown and an interception. He has 9 carries for 52 yards, including a long of 29 and including a couple plays where he absolutely trucked the LaGrange Panther defender in his way. Mitchell Yoder with 3 carries for 11 yards. Chancellor Lee Parker has an 11-yard rush to his credit, and Dustin Stevens has a 7-yard rush. Leading wide receiver for the Tornadoes, Jaden O'Leary, 2 catches for 45 yards. Deshaun Curtis also has 2 catches for 29 yards and a touchdown. Cedric Brooks, we've seen him as a pass catcher today. 2 catches for 10 yards. Luis Alvarez has a catch as well for 4 yards. LaGrange's quarterback, Shedrick Lindsay, 12 of 20 for 105. DeQuise Fryer, he's been limited to 3 catches for 43 yards. He did have 1 long catch for 24. And Tornadoes, Chancellor Lee Parker, factor on the special team side of things. Nice job there, Chancellor Lee Parker with the tackle. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 19-yard line to start this third quarter. Lindsay in the shotgun. Drops back, looking right, able to find a wide receiver. That's Scott. And that's going to be a first down for the Panthers. Gain of about a dozen. And first down there. So quick pass and catch there. Lindsay now 13 of 21 on the game. First and 10. And a rush here right up the middle, able to break a tackle, then leaping over a couple of Tornado defenders. Cooper, Jadon Cooper. Good looking rush there for Cooper. And incomplete pass there. Good job defensively by the Tornadoes backfield. Cam Moore, Dylan James. Lindsay, back to pass. Able to find Fryer, and DeQuise Fryer starting to show. Well, he's one of the top tight ends in the nation, has earned some All-American accolades. And a interception there, James Woods. Woods continuing his return. Woods finally pushed out of bounds. What a return from Woods after the interception. Finally pushed out of bounds. James Woods.
Interception by number 22, James Wood. Tornado football.
Big time interception there, just what the doctor ordered. James Woods, what a return. And Tornadoes will start with some good field position here. Cole able to find an open wide receiver. And very nicely done there. Dalton Cole, and continuing yards after catch. Now the ball hits the turf. Grafton Petrie, the backup tight end for the Tornadoes. And ultimately, the Tornadoes able to cover up the fumble, but Petrie, significant play there. Woods' interception return, by the way, 51 yards. Meanwhile, first and goal after the big gainer from Petrie. 25-yarder. Cole under center this time. Kind of a power formation for the Tornadoes. Carry here to Freddie Aiken III. Brandon Uninks getting in the middle of all that. Freddie Aiken III. 3-yard gain. Second and goal. Isaiah Screen coming up from a safety position for the tackle. We'll call it second and goal from the 6. 12:05 to play and counting here in the third quarter. Tornadoes trying to capitalize off a takeaway. Cole, play action, rolls to his left. Looking for an open wide receiver and intercepted by LaGrange in the end zone. That's Roderick Kirkland. And Kirkland, then his knee hits the turf and he runs to the sideline and is greeted by several jubilant teammates. So back-to-back interceptions, the two teams trading turnovers there. And once again, Tornadoes with a turnover, their second of the game. 11:46 to play here, quarter number 3. So meanwhile, Lindsay will go back to work here. 4-man front for the Tornadoes. Lindsay in the shotgun position. 2 wide receivers split either side. Lindsay back to pass, able to find a running back out of the backfield. That's Carter. And Carter's eventually taken down there by Stinson. Good to see Montrell Stinson back out there for the Tornadoes. Exciting defensive back. First and 10 from the 34 after that gainer. Rush here, and the Tornadoes are there defensively that time up the middle. Andrew Bishop leading the charge. Carter with the rush, and Bishop leading the way. Andrew Bishop. Bishop has got that size to plug up a hole up the middle. 10:52 to play here, quarter number 3, 2nd and 8. Lindsay, shotgun snap. 3-step drop, now looks forward, able to find an open receiver and brought down there. Williams with the first down. Cam Moore on the coverage. Also Reese Rubio. So another first down, and now LaGrange starting to use a little tempo. No huddle. Shotgun. Able to find an open receiver up the middle. Once again, it's Williams. And Lindsay's starting to find some rhythm. Back-to-back passes to Williams. And continuing the no huddle. First and 10 from the 26. Lindsay fumbles the snap. Tornadoes are there defensively, and that's going to be a quarterback sack. Tornadoes all over it. Langford, Everett in the middle of all that. Also Grimes. So big time stop there. Tornadoes certainly needed that. It wasn't helped any from the LaGrange perspective by the muffed snap. 2nd and 15 from the 30. Lindsay back to pass. Lindsay stepping up into the pocket. He's rushed out of the pocket and out of bounds. So we'll see where this ball is spotted. Looks like a gain of only about 1. So it's going to be 3rd and 14 after the 1-yard gain from the 29. Nice job by the Tornadoes that time on the defensive back side of things, also on coverage to make things difficult on Lindsay. Then he's rushed out of bounds for just the 1-yard gain. 9 minutes, flags down here before the snap, and it's going to be a false start. This is going to push back LaGrange even further. So it'll be 3rd and 19 after the 5-yard penalty. 8:59 to play here, quarter number 3. Lindsay. Heavy pressure, and that's going to be another quarterback sack for the Tornadoes. Koger with the sack. 2 sacks on this defensive possession for the Tornadoes, and big time stop there. The 2 sacks, by the way, and the penalty push him out of field goal range. So no choice but to send out the punter with a 4th and long situation here. May need to be aware of a fake punt, but this would be very ambitious. 4th and 22. And Punt here takes a bounce into the end zone. Touchback, 1st and 10 from the 20 for the Tornadoes. With 7:56 to play, quarter number 3. Tornadoes 10, Panthers 3.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
Back here at Islamel Family Field, Tornadoes take over offensively. 1st and 10 from the 20. Rush there for Dustin Stevens, his 2nd carry of the game, gain of a couple. 7:40 and counting here, quarter number 3. Low-scoring affair thus far. Both offensives have seen glimpses of potential, but not too much in terms of cashing in this one. Only touchdown in the game, a 18-yard pass, Cole to Curtis. Jordy Wilkinson in motion. Now Cole looks right, now runs to his left, and then taking on a defender once again, Dalton Cole. Oh, my. Dalton Cole saw Kynell Johnson and was not afraid to take control of that situation. He's not one of these quarterbacks you're going to see do the baseball slide to avoid getting hit. Quite the opposite. 3rd and 1. From the 29. After the 7-yard gain from Cole. Rush here up the middle, and Mitchell Yoder able to earn the 1st down. Mitchell Yoder. Nice gain there. Mitchell Yoder, the senior from Columbus, North Carolina. Next time we're here, Belhaven on November the 5th, Senior Day, where Yoder and his fellow seniors will be honored in a pregame ceremony. First and 10 from the 40. Rush here, and gain of 4. So we'll call it 2nd and 6 from the 44. Chancellor Lee Parker with the rush there. That's his 3rd carry of the game. 5:35 to play here. Cole in the shotgun. DJ Taylor to his left. Jordan Wilkinson in H-back position. Rush here to Taylor. Taylor moves to his left. Throws a LaGrange rusher down in the process. DJ Taylor. Senior from Lawrenceville, Georgia, Archer High School. DJ Taylor, another member of that senior class. So that'll bring up 3rd down and 3. See what the Tornadoes and head coach Bill Kyatt dial up here. Cole. In a timeout here, Coach Kyatt wants to draw something up here, and we'll take it with him. 3rd and 3 from the 47. Tornadoes 10, Panthers 3.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
Back to action here at Islamel Family Field, coming out of the timeout. 3rd and 3, Cole. And that's going to be an interception, 3rd of the day for LaGrange defense. And significant return there. King with the interception return. There's also an injured player on the field. So 3rd and 3 and a costly turnover there. LaGrange is going to have outstanding field position. Pick off there. So 3 interceptions for the Panthers. King with that one. Also interceptions by Faust and Kirkland. Meanwhile, it's 1st and 10 from the 18. Incredible starting field position here for the Panthers. Tough assignment for the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, big push by that offensive line. And rush there by Wayman. Jerome Bass with the tackle. 2nd and 4 from the 12. Wayman in the backfield again. Play action to Wayman and then able to find the open receiver. It's Fryer. Fryer with his 5th catch. 2 catches this quarter. Fryer, the All-American tight end. So it's 1st and goal from the 3. Tornadoes defense. And that's going to be a touchdown there for Fryer. And Fryer with the touchdown. His 6th catch, points off turnover. And extra point here to potentially tie this game at 10. Rivera, kick is up and good. So we are all tied up at 10 with 3:31 left to play here, quarter number 3. And Tornadoes offense will head back to the field. Difficult situation here now. 3 turnovers by the Tornadoes. Fryer, a first-team All-American by D3Football.com. That's a preseason honor this season. One of just 2 tight ends named in that listing. Preseason All-American and showing some of his skills on that last drive. He's now 6 for 75 yards and a touchdown. Meanwhile, Tornadoes, Hogan back deep along with DJ Taylor. Hogan's had a couple good returns thus far, including a 37-yarder. And he's going to take this all the way from the end zone. Hogan is tripped up, and he will go down. Some extracurricular after the play, and watch out here, folks. Little bit of pushing and shoving. Special teams, you often see that kind of jostling back and forth. So Dalton Cole head back out and organize this offense here. Reginald Taylor into the game. He's been moving up the depth chart. Split out wide to the left. Cole is going to keep it himself. And that time, the Panthers able to wrap them up. Gain of 2 or 3. And an injured player on the field. Call it a game of 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7 after the injury. Injured player is the center, Josh Blackstock. And this is an interesting situation. The starting center, Todd Norman, is out for personal reasons. Meanwhile, Blackstock, the backup center, now being attended to. And so that'll bring in freshman LaRoderick Rucker, who actually started at center the very first game of the season, if you remember back, that game versus Shorter. So not completely unfamiliar territory, and certainly a very talented freshman for the Tornadoes, but not an ideal situation. Already the offensive line short a bit with Norman out. And now Blackstock able to walk off on his own power, which is a positive sign. So Rucker steps in. And Rucker will handle the center duties. Cole under center from the quarterback position. Mitchell Yoder, the tailback. Play action to Yoder. And throwing upfield, trying to find O'Leary. That was in some heavy traffic. And now it's going to be 3rd and 7 for Cole and the Tornadoes. We're all tied up at 10, folks. And the Tornadoes desperately could use a first down here. Try to get some momentum going. Keep the defense off the field. Murray, meanwhile, tailback to the left of Cole. 2 wide receivers split either side. Cole back to pass. Cole scrambling to his left, looking for an open man, and he finds one, but it's dropped. Reginald Taylor was open. Cole finally found the open receiver, and then the drop. And tough 3 and out there for the Tornadoes offense. So that'll bring up a 4th down. So 4th and 7 here. And Joe Powell to punt. The Brevard native, Brevard High School. Punt there, bounces across midfield, then takes another bounce in the Tornadoes' favor across the 40 and down at the 39. So it'll be 1st and 10 coming back the other way for LaGrange, who has suddenly seized some momentum in this one here in this 3rd quarter. And a little bit of a stunned feeling here at Islamel Family Field. What was once a 10-3 lead has evaporated, and LaGrange with the football. Tornadoes defense are going to have to make a play here. 1st and 10 from the 40. And Lindsay goes back to work for LaGrange. Lindsay's 19 of 29 for 201 yards. Rush here. Cutting back to the right is Cooper. And right around the sticks, and that's going to be a 1st down for Cooper. Gain of 11. Jadon Cooper. That's 5 carries for 49 yards for him. So Panthers getting it done on the ground as well. Cooper once again. Gain of 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7. Hurry up offense for the Panthers. Lindsey, shotgun snap, quick throw to the flat there. And tackled out of bounds. Jones, the sophomore wide receiver, with the catch. That's the 10th different receiver that Lindsey has found this game. That's some depth at that pass catching role for the Panthers. And meanwhile, injury on the field. 1:44 to play here, period number 3, 10-10.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.
So the injured player, James Woods, and here's another position, kind of like the Brevard College offensive line, that is a little bit thin because one of the most decorated players in Brevard College history, Jock Pledger, is out. Montrell Stinson has returned after being out with injury. Pass there, nice job by the Tornadoes pass defense. That was a big third down stop there after the Woods injury. Good job there. Jones, the intended receiver, and Jameel George, who had just checked in, able to come up with the play there, the junior from Dallas, Georgia, North Paulding High School. And that'll bring up the punt unit so the Tornadoes defense do their job. It felt like things were being thrown onto the defensive shoulders, and Tornadoes ended up delivering. And kick there over the head of Cooper Hogan, and that is going to be down, folks, at the 1 yard line, within the 1 yard line. That is an incredible special teams play. Alex Rivera. Now, the BC Tornadoes Open, the big charity golf tournament, is set for Monday at Lake Toxaway Golf Course. And that right there would have won the closest to the pin contest that we'll be having on Monday. Holy smokes, Rivera downed at the half-yard line. Now the Tornadoes, what a spot here. You've got to be careful here not to get caught in the backfield, and that's what the doctor ordered from the Tornadoes' perspective. What a hole by the central part of that offense, and Dustin Stevens with a big-time carry there. That was big for the Tornadoes. They were down, backed up at their own half-yard line, and that middle part of the offensive line, Rucker, Brody Lindsey, Justin Parker, they paved the way, a big-time hole there. And Dustin Stevens able to get the Tornadoes out of a jam, but now snap onto the turf. Cole alertly picks it up and then just takes it himself. Talking about a quarterback not afraid of contact. Picked that ball off the turf and just rammed his way forward. Gain of 6. And an injury here, and Rucker is now heading. He started to head to the sideline. Now he's going to hit the turf. And another injury, and this is the one position the Tornadoes can't afford another injury, as we're getting pretty far down the depth chart on this offensive line. We'll see who checks in as injured player Rucker is being attended to. And that'll be the end of the third quarter as the official started the clock after that injury timeout. And so we'll regroup as we head to the fourth quarter. And we'll keep a close eye who will be playing center for the Tornadoes. That's become a storyline. Down to the final quarter here. 10-10 your score. So Zion Bargelow has checked into the game for the Tornadoes as Rucker went out with the injury. Blackstock went out for an injury. He was the starting center. Todd Norman is not on campus. And meanwhile, this is the witching hour, as the great Scott Hansen would say, when wins become losses and losses become wins. We've reached that point here in the fourth quarter, 10-10. Rush here by Cole. Cole taking on multiple defenders once again. Cole running the football is worth the price of admission in and of itself. That's his 13th carry as a ball carrier to lead all players. Dalton Cole, the leading rusher in this game. And a first down there for the Tornadoes. Rush here, Chancellor Lee Parker. Lee Parker turns the corner. Lee Parker able to break 2 tackles. Lee Parker's off and running. Lee Parker. It's a foot race. And touchdown, Lee Parker. Lee Parker, what a touchdown. Chancellor Lee Parker, folks. Exactly what the doctor ordered. The biggest play of the game so far. 73 yards. Chancellor Lee Parker. Oh my. Chancellor Lee Parker with a 73-yard rush. He broke a couple tackles, and then when he found that open field, he was outrunning the defensive backs of LaGrange, showing that speed. I don't know if head track and field coach Daryl Patrick is nearby, but oh my, he may have a prospect come springtime. Chancellor Lee Parker. '73-yarder. That is the longest play from scrimmage by any Tornado this season. And Chancellor Lee Parker has absolutely ignited the energy here at Lamel Family Field after this game was knotted up at 10. And by the way, with the third-string center, you could even consider him the fourth-string center, Zion Bargelow. He started the season on defense, moved to fullback. They changed his number so he could be a member of this battered offensive line today, and he helped pave the way for Chancellor Lee Parker. 73 yards, oh my. 14:08 to play here. quarter number 4, and suddenly the mood has shifted. And great kickoff there for the Tornadoes. Nick Akis, and worth giving Nick Akis a shout out because Hugo Taylor, the usual kickoff man, out with injury. And Akis, the sophomore from Rock Hill, South Carolina, he hadn't done this kind of thing since high school, and he was brought into duty back in that Methodist game, and he's been effective ever since. He's especially good at placing the location of the kickoff, and did a nice job there creating some of that top spin and ultimately a touchback. Meanwhile, Lindsay and the LaGrange Panthers are going to have to try to answer here. Lindsay, quick pass there to Williams, who along with Fryer has been a preferred target. Jake Haig with the tackle. So Haig able to get involved here. The sophomore from Winter Park, Florida, Winter Park High School, just outside of the Orlando city limits. Rush here, and gang tackled by the Tornadoes. Big wall of NATOs there, led by Koger, also Langford. And that'll bring up a third down. 3rd and 4 from the 31. .13:03 and counting. Lindsay drops back. Good protection. Now Bass busts through and creates some pressure there. So good coverage down the field. Lindsay could not find an open receiver. So after some decent pass protection there, Bass finally makes his way to the backfield. Intended for Fryer. And that'll bring out the punting unit. So 3 and out by the Tornadoes defense. Tornadoes defense starting to up the intensity themselves. Punt here for Rivera. Rivera does it all for LaGrange. And a good-looking punt there. Takes a big LaGrange roll all the way down to the 24. Rivera has been outstanding. If you remember his punt before that, down at the half-yard line. And this time, another boomer. And Tornadoes offense will take over possession here. After the 45-yard punt by Rivera. 1st and 10 from the 24. Rush here. Cole keeps it himself. Cole, what else is new? Taking on multiple LaGrange defenders. Cole, that's his 14th carry. 78 yards. Has along a 29. Tornadoes trying to perhaps chew some clock here on this possession as well as we go under the 12-minute mark. Cole under center. And inside handoff there, the exchange is muffed, but Stevens able to cover it up. And that's going to be a loss of a couple yards. We'll call it 3rd and 11. Emmanuel Vulu with the tackle there, but Tornadoes able to dodge a bullet after that ball hit the turf. Meanwhile, 3rd down and long. Cole was looking for Cedric Brooks, incomplete. These 3rd and long situations are difficult for the Tornadoes offense. And that's going to be a 3 and out. And the freshman from just down the road, Brevard High School, Joe Powell, will head on back. Meanwhile, deep is Williams for LaGrange. Williams lets it bounce, and it takes a tornado bounce. Very fortuitous to the 30-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 going back the other way for LaGrange. As Lindsey will go back to work. He's 21 of 33 for 209 yards. Dalton Cole has 78 yards on the ground. Passing, he's 9 of 18 for 116, 1 touchdown, but 3 picks. Lindsey has an interception on his ledger as well. Under 11 minutes to play here, quarter number 4. Lindsey keeps it himself. In a hard hit there, Toby Naylor laying the wood. Toby Naylor, the senior from Southampton, England. Big tackle there for Naylor. And gain of 6 for the quarterback, Lindsey. Rush here, and the Tornadoes all over that. Jake Haig. Oh, my. Jake Haig. Solo tackle. Big time loss. He was blown dead, stop of forward progress. And it'll be 3rd and 6, so big situation here for both teams. Lindsey scrambling to his right, and incomplete. There was pressure. Tyler Harrison with the pass breakup. Great job by Trey Williams, the junior from Gwinnett County, Georgia, with the pressure in the backfield, and another 3 and out. The team's defense is continuing to exchange blows. And another punt opportunity here. This kicker's been outstanding. Alex Rivera, both punt and kick duties. Rivera a couple steps to his right, does it kind of Aussie rules style. And meanwhile, another bounce. Rivera knows how to create that spin for these extra bounces, extra 10, 12 yards on these punts. And another good one for Rivera. It's going to put the Tornadoes in tough field position to get this started. You'd love to see the Tornadoes rattle off a few first downs and chew some clock here. But LaGrange defense has been stout for the most part, other than the big play. Chancellor Lee Parker at the start of the 4th quarter, a 73-yard run. Meanwhile, rush here up the middle. Several Panthers take him down. Dustin Stevens with the carry. So that'll be a positive gainer to perhaps chew the clock here. 2nd and 6 from the 29. You can see the Tornadoes continuing to congratulate Jake Haig after that big play on the defensive end, forced the punt. Meanwhile, Cole scrambles out to his left, And catch there, nicely done there to find Grafton Petrie. Petrie with the catch. He's the sophomore from Orlando, Florida, Orangewood High School. And that'll bring up third and short. So some new personnel checking in for the Tornadoes. Cedric Brooks. Also Jordy Wilkinson. Mitchell Yoder in the backfield. Direct snap to Cole, who once again, Dalton Cole, folks. If there's a tougher rushing quarterback in the nation, I'll put up Cole against him, because once again, Dalton Cole not afraid to take on multiple defenders, and that was a big first down because the clock continues to tick. The sticks move, 1st and 10, and Dalton Cole now is 89 yards rushing. Rush here, Yoder. And that's another positive gain. So 4 yards, cloud of dust, continue moving that clock. And Tornadoes systematically shifting in and out personnel, huddling, running the clock. Stevens and also Chancellor Lee Parker checking in now. And Dalton Cole leading this offense. Dalton Cole, senior from Hendersonville, North Carolina, West Henderson High School, such a big part of this program. Rush there, Dustin Stevens, another first down for the Tornadoes. And the clock now under 7 minutes to play. Tackle there by Hart ultimately. But another big-time carry there. Tornadoes running game coming alive. Zion Bargelow being called into duty at the center position, and that offensive line getting it done. But that time there was some movement along that offensive line. And false start. Pre-snap penalty. And all that momentum kind of suddenly slowed down. Zion Bargelow, senior from Hoshton, Georgia, Mill Creek High School. And it'll be 1st and 15 for Dalton Cole and company. Bargelow at center with the shotgun snap to Cole. Cole cuts to his right, takes on another defender. Dalton Cole, his 16th carry. Dalton Cole, averaging nearly 6 yards per carry. 16 carries for 94 yards. Rush here, Yoder able to find an opening, then a tackle by LaGrange springs the ball loose. Tornadoes able to cover up that fumble. Big time recovery there. Brandon Unix, the 6'8" senior from Bostic, North Carolina, able to get his big body, over 300 pounds, down onto that football. And the Tornadoes dodge a bullet. That was a big hit by, I believe, LaGrange's safety. to spring that ball loose. Looked like Isaiah Screen with the big hit there that sprung the ball loose, and then Unanks covered it up. 4:55 to play. Total yards now 381 to 305 in favor of the Tornadoes. A 20 to 18 advantage on first down. Each team with 2 timeouts remaining here. Quarter number 4. Tornadoes under the direction of Bill Kyatt. General manager for the Tornadoes, Martin Bayless. Assistant head coach, run game coordinator, O-line coach, Everett Lindsay. Defensive coordinator, Shane Nelson. Rush there, Chancellor Lee Parker once again. There's a flag on the field, so we'll see what this is all about. Tackle there from Hart. Chancellor Lee Parker. What an exciting addition to this Tornado team. The junior from Auburn, Georgia, Mill Creek High School. After an illegal block there in the back for the Tornadoes, this is going to back this up. But Chancellor Lee Parker, transfer from Mars Hill. Mars Hill, a defense, Division II institution just north of Asheville. Stevens has checked into the game. Curtis and Hogan wide, Yoder and Stevens in the game as well. A inside handoff once again to Stevens. Stevens spinning, doing a few 360s as if he's a professional skateboarder. And meanwhile, brought down eventually. And clock continues to run. 4:25 and counting. 2nd and 6 for the Tornadoes, who are going to likely use as much of this play clock as possible. 17-10, Tornadoes on top. And Dalton Cole leading this offense. Deshaun Curtis split out wide to the left. Hogan to the right. 2nd and 6. Inside handoff once again. Mitchell Yoder. And Yoder gains a few yards. It'll be 3rd down. And this is a big play from LaGrange's perspective. If they want to stay in this ball game, big play from the Tornadoes' perspective. 1st down would move this thing even further in the NATO's direction. Cedric Brooks checks in. Chancellor Lee Parker checks in. Also, Jaden O'Leary. So, new personnel for the Tornadoes. Clock continues to tick. 3:22 to play. Period number 4. Rolling out to the left and then able to find the open receiver, Reginald Taylor. That's a big-time play by the Tornado offense. Cole to Taylor, moved the sticks. Taylor stayed in bounds, so clock continues to run. Now under 3 minutes to play. Panthers only with 2 timeouts remaining. We'll see if they start to use them here if they get a stop. Tornadoes up by 7. A field goal would make it a 2-score game. And the clock, the friend of the Tornadoes, the foe of the Panthers. 2:38 to play here, quarter number 4. Cole takes it himself. Absolutely trucks another Panther defender. Now big push from the offensive line as well. Dalton Cole in this offensive line, folks. We'll see what the gain is here. And That's a big-time carry from Dalton Cole. 9 yards. And he goes over 100 yards, 103 yards for Dalton Cole. 17 carries, over 6 yards per carry. I mean, Dalton Cole now shift at quarterback. Jacob Reed into the game at quarterback. Hand off to Chancellor Lee Parker. Parker is dropped a couple yards shy of the end zone. Now Reed checking back out. So Cole came out for a play. Reed came in. Screen with the big-time hit there to bring down Chancellor Lee Parker. Jacob Reed, the senior backup quarterback out of Wilmington, North Carolina, getting a snap there. Meanwhile, 90 seconds to play. Another first down there for the Tornadoes, and the Tornadoes trying to close this thing out. Freddie Aiken the third in the backfield. Cole dives towards the end zone. Touchdown, Dalton Cole. Getting it done with his legs. Dalton Cole. And the Tornadoes turn this into a 2-score game. Extra point pending. The Panthers would need a miracle at this point. Down by 13, will be 14 if Damalos will make these extra point. Kick is up. And good. So 24-10 your score, 109 to play, fourth quarter. Dalton Cole, ladies and gentlemen, 18 carries, 107 yards. The senior from Hendersonville. Rushing touchdown there. In that last drive in particular, Tornadoes coming up big when it matters most. This game was tied up at 10. At the end of 3. And the Tornadoes with a 14-0 advantage here in this fourth quarter. Kick here fielded at the 6. And clock will stop there at 1:03. Nice tackle there on special teams by Kentrell Holloway, sophomore from Roxborough, North Carolina. So the Tornadoes up 24-10 with 1:03 to play. Tornadoes defense, hey, you got to tip your hat to them as well. They have come up strong these last few possessions. 1:03 to play, and Lindsay has a heck of a assignment here, down by 14. Lindsay, 21 of 34 for 209, a touchdown and an interception. Pressure from the Tornadoes defense. And they're going to drag Lindsay down. That'll be in the middle of the field, so the clock will continue to tick. Lindsay trying to get things done in the hurry here. 44 seconds to play. 2nd and 3, Lindsay back to pass. Lindsay looking upfield and trying to find his man in traffic. Jake Haig, who's had perhaps the game of his career, there on coverage. 38 seconds to play. Pass intended to Smith. That does stop the clock for the Panthers, but they're running out of time here, down by 14. So 3rd and 3 for the Panthers. Tornadoes, 4-man front. Trying to close this one out. USA South Conference play. Pass here. And diving catch. Was able to somehow keep his toes in there. So tippy-toeing the sidelines, Williams. Williams, his 4th catch. 32 seconds to play here. 1st and 10 from the 49 of Brevard. Lindsey back to pass. Able to find the tight end, Fryer. Fryer, his 7th catch, but running out of time here, Panthers. Has a pass there, going up high for it. Cam Moore on the coverage. Cam Moore with the pass breakup. And now 19 seconds left to play. The NATO Nations chant gets going here. And Tornadoes, 15 seconds from a celebration to end fall break here at Brevard College. 24-10. What a 4th quarter by the Tornadoes. The witching hour goes the way of the Tornadoes. 15 seconds to play here. Quarter number 4, Lindsey back to pass. Catch there and out of bounds. That was Jones, Frederick Jones. Now just over 10 seconds to play. It's all academic at this point, down by 14. These are just stat stuffers at this juncture. And that's going to be a pass breakup, a swat at the line of scrimmage. Ernest Smith the second. And now 6 seconds left. Six seconds remaining until the Tornadoes can breathe a big sigh of relief and enjoy the rest of this weekend, the rest of fall break. Flag down. Throw here. Almost picked off. Cam Moore had his hands on it. And the clock stops at 0.7 seconds. There was a flag on the play. So going to replay second down. This game is all but over, of course. We're just, again, seeing what the final numbers are going to look like. Tornadoes, great 4th quarter to earn this team win. And Lindsey drops back. And that'll be the last play of the ball game. It's an interception. Interception for the Tornadoes. KJ Dagout. And that'll do it, folks. We've hit 0. KJ Dagout with the interception. And a big-time finish there for the Tornadoes. What a 4th quarter. This game was tied up at 10. And the party begins here at Brevard College. Drumline, getting those rhythms going. Tornadoes fans starting to move their feet. And the party has begun here in Brevard, North Carolina, as the Tornadoes, with a big bounce-back USA South Conference victory after their first league loss last week to a ranked Huntingdon team, but with a 24-10 win here over the Panthers. So stick with us. We'll bring you all the final numbers in just a little bit. What a day for Dalton Cole. We'll break that down. One of the most exciting plays in recent memory by a tornado by Chancellor Lee Parker on a 73-yard run. 47-yard field goal by Damalos and a 18-yard touchdown catch by Deshaun Curtis. And it all adds up to a 24-10 Brevard win. So stick with us. We'll bring all the final numbers in just a few moments. Brevard 24, LaGrange 10. Back here at Lamel Family Field, let's take a look at some of the final numbers from this 24-10 Brevard victory over LaGrange. This was a compelling game, very close in a lot of the statistical categories. Total yards 421 to 346, Brevard with the advantage there. Passing yards, LaGrange 243, Brevard 127. Rushing yards, Brevard with the big advantage there, 294 to 103. So really, big story of this one, Tornadoes got it done on the ground. LaGrange got it done in the air. And this was a game with a few interceptions. 3 for LaGrange on the defensive end, 2 for the Tornadoes. Grand total of 5 fumbles in this game, none of them lost. So that could have changed the game had any of those fumbles actually been lost. And the Tornadoes with a 33 to 26 minute advantage in time of possession. Third down efficiency, both teams struggled at times at this area, but down the stretch, improved. Brevard 5 of 12 on third down. LaGrange 7 of 15. And fairly well-played game in terms of discipline. LaGrange with 5 penalties for 42 yards. Tornadoes did a really nice job on the penalty department, just 4 penalties for 25 yards. Well, let's take a look at the offensive numbers on the individual side. First from LaGrange, Lindsay, their quarterback, with 24 of 42 for 243, a touchdown and 2 interceptions. Leading rusher was Cooper, 5 carries for 40 yards. Wayman also had 8 carries for 24. Lindsay had 9 for 21 on the ground. Fryer, the All-American tight end, was limited to 7 catches for 89 yards. Did have a touchdown along a 24. Williams for LaGrange, 4 catches for 52 yards. Flint had 5 catches for 46. Scott also had 3 catches for 24. Tornadoes, big story this afternoon. Dalton Cole, the starting quarterback for the Tornadoes, was 11 of 20 for 127, a touchdown and 3 interceptions, but that wasn't the story. 18 carries, 107 yards, and a touchdown, including a long of 29. He averaged 6 yards per carry. And those were big-time rushing attempts from Dalton Cole, at times taking on multiple Panther defenders and showing that power. Dalton Cole. Chancellor Lee Parker had 5 carries for 98 yards, so just 2 carries shy of a 100-yard date for Parker. And Parker also had one of the more electrifying plays we can recall here, a 73-yard run that put the Tornadoes ahead 17-10. Big time rush there from Parker. Longest play of the year on the offensive end for the Tornadoes. Mitchell Yoder, 7 carries, 49 yards, also an average of 6 yards per carry. Dustin Stevens, 7 carries for 39 yards. Freddie Aiken III had 2 carries for 6 yards. DJ Taylor had a carry as well for 3 yards. Devontae Murray had 3 carries. Jaden O'Leary was the leading receiver for the Tornadoes. He had 2 catches for 45 yards. Grafton Petrie had 2 for 30. Deshaun Curtis, 2 for 29 yards, including an 18-yard touchdown. Reginald Taylor had a catch for 6 yards. Luis Alvarez had a catch for 4 yards. And Cooper Hogan had a catch for 3 yards. Hogan also had some excellent kickoff returns for the Tornadoes. Well, this game started with LaGrange taking a 3-0 lead on an Alex Rivera 24-yard field goal. That capped off a 15-play, 73-yard drive. And then down 3-0, the Tornadoes were able to take the lead on the Curtis catch from Cole. 7-play, 66-yard drive, 3 minutes, 28 seconds. That put the Tornadoes ahead 7-3, 2:55 to play in the first. Stamati Damalos then hit a 47-yarder, just 1 yard shy of his career high, at the very end of the second quarter, as the Tornadoes took a 10-3 lead into halftime. Coming out of the half, neither team was able to get much going early on in the third quarter until Lindsay found Fryer for a 3-yard catch to tie this game at 10-10. We headed to the fourth quarter, all knotted up at 10, and it was all Brevard in the fourth quarter. Now, Brevard started a drive at the end of the third into the fourth at their own half-yard line. That drive resulted in a 99-yard scoring drive, capped off by that exciting 73-yard run by Chancellor Lee Parker, and a shout-out to that offensive line, because the depleted by injury offensive line, Zion Bargelow, big part of that, coming in reserve duty, and along with his fellow offensive linemen, they were able to create that hole for Chancellor Lee Parker. He broke a couple tackles, and then he hit the open field, and we saw the speed of Chancellor Lee Parker, a 73-yard rush. Dalton Cole then started to take things over, continuing to run the ball with power and authority. And this final drive not only gave the Tornadoes a 2-touchdown lead, but it absolutely chewed the clock in the fourth quarter. A 14-play, 75-yard drive, 8 minutes, 29 seconds, capped off by a 4-yard rush for pay dirt from Dalton Cole. And all that led LaGrange with only 1 minute, 9 seconds to try to somehow come back, and that was nearly an impossible task. Tornadoes able to win this game 24-10. Great job by the defense down the stretch. And Tornadoes outscore LaGrange 14-0 in the fourth quarter to take this win. Tornadoes improved to 3-1 in the USA South Conference. Next week at Maryville, November 5th, home Senior Day versus Belhaven. LaGrange falls to 1-5, 0-4 in the USA South Conference. And really a fun afternoon of football on a beautiful day weather-wise. Temperature in the 60s here at Islamel Family Field. And really glad you're able to join us for this one as we brought you all the action. Couple scores from around Brevard College Tornado Athletics. Volleyball with a 3-0 win over Mary Baldwin. Congratulations to them. Mary Baldwin, however, defeats the women's soccer team at Brevard 1-0, and men's soccer falls 2-1 to Methodist on the road. One more volleyball game later this afternoon versus Southern Virginia. Tomorrow, JV football will be playing in its inter-squad scrimmage, the Tornado Bowl. That's at 2 p.m. And then action back here at Islamel Family Field. Men's soccer on Wednesday versus Greensboro. And then Saturday, October 29th, men's and women's soccer senior day. That's when the Tornadoes football team will be at Maryville. And then your next chance to see the Tornadoes at home will be November the 5th. That's senior day versus Belhaven. 1 p.m. kickoff, senior day ceremonies prior. So big time win here for the Tornadoes. It was tough sledding for much of this one, but come the fourth quarter, the Tornadoes took over and were able to earn this victory. Big time performance, running the football by Dalton Cole in particular, and great work by the Tornado defense as well. So I want to thank all those who made this broadcast possible. Members of the men's lacrosse program, Joseph Marvin pushing all the buttons behind the scenes, PA announcer Ray Gill. Special thanks also to Grace Vaught for singing today's national anthem. Great job by the drumline and the cheerleaders as well, creating a festive atmosphere. And then athletic training staff and operations staff, all those who helped behind the scenes to make this production of Brevard College football at the newly expanded Islamel Family Field possible. Well, stick with us throughout the rest of the Tornado season. We'll be bringing you all the action of Brevard College athletics. And next home football game, we'll be bringing you from right here versus Belhaven on November the 5th. Your final score for the final time. Tornadoes 24, Panthers 10. Go Tornadoes.
I've taken jumps in my academic career, and I've taken jumps in just socializing and getting out and getting to do things I've never done before.
The thing that brought me to Brevard is the experiential learning. I've always been a hands-on guy.
I love it here at Brevard. Over Christmas break, I was itching to come back because I love the area so much.
Experiential learning here is beyond all of my expectations.
Brevard College, a top choice for students around the world.